Greetings again, everyone, and welcome to the course preview for the 2020 Las Vegas Challenge, brought to you by Innova Champion Discs and the Innova Factory Store. We're going to look at the Factory Store course today. This is the longest of the courses, coming in at 9,069 feet. It's a par 62. This is aptly named the Factory Store because this one's going to work you. Let's get started. Hole 1 of the Factory course is a par 3 coming in at 415 feet. This is a deceptively easy looking hole. The basket just sits right there in the middle. However, it was the 5th hardest hole last year on this course. The basket does sit on a slope, so any hyzers coming in that hit near the basket are going to run 40 to 50 feet away. Distance control is needed, and having a disc that's going to stop fairly close. Hole 2 on the Factory Store course is a par 4 that comes in at 649 feet. Now, this was the easiest hole in the course last year, so there has been a pin position change. We've added almost 100 feet to the distance, which is going to push this basket back in the trees. If you want to throw out to the right hand side near this lone tree, that's going to give you an easy up and over shot to get close for a birdie putt. We've added the distance, and it should add the difficulty. Factory Store Hole 3 is a par 3 that's coming in at 389 feet. You tee off below the fairway, so it's going to cause you to throw up. You got to get up to the basket by going up and around these trees. There's a lefty and a righty route. There's a rule variation on this where this cart path is in bounds for this hole. Throw something up and over, it's going to land softly. Hole 4 on the Factory Store is a par 3 coming in at 309 feet. It's a straightforward shot. The basket sits on a raised platform between these two trees. Go straight over the green and avoid this hidden sand trap that plays the hazard coming into view right now. Don't go too far, as it goes downhill steeply behind the basket. Factory Store Hole 5 is the hardest hole in the course. Last year it played well above par. This 407-foot par 3 requires a throw of at least 500 because it plays uphill the whole way. You can lay it up or you can go for it. Just don't go too far. It drops off steeply behind the basket yet again. Hole 6 on the Factory course is a par 4 coming in at 770 feet, and it was the 4th hardest hole last year on the course. A big drive is going to put you out past this dirt area, near this temp tee pad right here. That's going to leave you a straight shot at the basket. The basket does sit in a small mound under this tree, so putting can be treacherous. Hole 7 on the Factory course is a par 3 coming in at 453 feet. It's a straightforward drive with one exception. When you get close to the basket, it drops down a tier. So if you throw it too hard, you're going to end up in those palm trees behind the basket. Just get over this rise, nestle it softly down by the basket. Go too far, you'll find yourself in trouble. Hole 8 on the Factory Store course is a technical par 3 coming in at 350 feet. You've got to shoot out of this gap. Get the disc up high enough to cross over the OB green, but then keep it low enough to go under the trees that are behind the green. The basket sits under this crooked pine tree. Don't throw too far. There's OB not 20 feet from the back of the basket. Hole 9 came in as one of the easiest holes in the course last year, so the pin position has been moved. This par 3 339-foot hole brought the basket to the left-hand side. This is going to bring the palm trees on the right in more. Don't turn it over. You'll have a blind shot and you won't be able to get out of there. Something straight and neutral will get you right there for the birdie. Hole 10 in the Factory Store is a 378-foot par 3. Hidden danger is the water you're going to see right now. If you carry the water, you're going to have a good chance at a birdie if you can get past this lone pine tree. It's a tough hole. I still can't believe Andrew Presnell aced it last year. You might have seen that one. Factory Store Hole 11 is a 565-foot par 4. This par 4 gives you choices. Big arms can go for it, clear the green, and land in this gap that's going to give you access to the pin. Most people are going to want to lay up. Too far left, too far right, you'll find yourself in trouble. This one, though, is a must-get. Factory Store Hole 12 is the big one. It's the 987-foot par 5 that plays mostly uphill. There is a change this year, though. The pin position has been tucked further to the right. Now you're going to want to get your second shot out here by this sand trap. That's going to give you a shot, be comfortable to get up and down, and maybe get you a shot at a birdie. However, the basket being tucked more to the right and up a small hill is going to take most of the eagle opportunities away. Factory Store Hole 13 is a big uphill 453-foot par 3 that plays closer to 500 feet. This was the second hardest hole in the course last year because it's so well protected by the OB green and the hazard sand trap. Choose to lay up or choose to go for it, because if you get a birdie here, you'll gain a stroke on the field. Right after you play the second hardest hole in the course, here comes the third hardest hole in the course. Hole 14 is a par 3 that comes in at 441 feet. You're going to want to drive through this gap, stay right at this pine tree and turn something over, or if you're lefty, throw a big hyzer out there. The basket sits just next to the green under a protected tree. Easy thing to do is to throw here, lay up, take your par. But again, if you get too aggressive, you can hyzer out across the cart path or land on that green. It's not a lot of danger to the right, so big turnover is the shot to go with. Hole 15 in the Factory Store is a 367-foot downhill par 3. This hole plays much shorter than 367 feet. You're going to see most people take a mid-range off here. Cart path and beyond on the right-hand side is OB. The rock wall behind the basket is OB as well, and there'll be rope on the left. Just want to control a mid down there, crash into these two trees. It's going to give you a shot at a birdie. Hole 16 is a 723-foot par 4. Play off the tee is a big drive. Get something turned over to land out here in the center of the green, just where this curve happens. Don't want to hyzer out and go left. That's OB beyond the cart path, and there's a hazard sand trap there. If you can land in this area, you'll be able to see the basket on top of the hill behind the green. Throw there, end up short. However, the basket is just on the backside of that hill. That makes rollaways a definite possibility. Hole 17 has two big changes this year on Factory Store. First is this triple mando. You're going to have to go through this gap, under the triple mando, and through the trees. Once you get through here, this is now no longer a par 3, it's a par 4 that comes in at 429 feet. The landing area is down by these two trees, which then will give you two options. You can go up over the top, or you can shoot the tunnel below the palm trees. This is going to allow you to land at the basket. Again, cart path and beyond on the left-hand side is OB, the net and beyond on the right is OB. Hole 18 on the Factory Store course is a par 4, coming in at only 582 feet. This is the second easiest hole in the course, so a birdie here is a must. Throw your drive long and through the center gap. Don't go to the right. Past that cart path is OB. Don't go to the left, because beyond the fence and beyond the rope is also OB. You're going to want to land just in the open area. That's going to leave you an easy upshot to get your birdie. The basket sits on a hill that'll slow everything down as it comes in. Big arms can go for it. There were a couple of eagles last year. Not everybody can get there. I hope you've enjoyed this preview of Course Factory Store at the Las Vegas Challenge.